Today was a busy day, so got dim sum for lunch.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah. I forget. Are you in the middle of like a thing right now, or are you just
Mm,
exploring at the moment?
Well, right now I thought I could find this cat before the stream started, but
Ah,
no.
yeah. Yeah, because like right now you're seeing the apartment as it is, right?
Yeah, this is yeah. There's
Yeah.
no spirits.
This is like, yeah, this is totally like. I mean, well, actually, what I would say is what you're seeing here is like actually like a family apartment. So.
Ah,
Yeah.
hi Heidi, thanks so much for tuning in, and thank you everyone else for tuning in. My name is Cos, and welcome back to Cosplays. I was hoping I could, I was trying to see if I could find a there's like a cat or something here. It's in one of the rare item stuff that I find. Oh, hey, wait, I've got some new powers. Let's see, what can I... Perfect block counter. Ugh. Oh, ooh, hey, that's actually, that's pretty nifty. Yeah, where's the mission? So, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to find a lion mask.
A lion mask, huh?
Yeah.
Like, and it's supposed to be in one of these apartments.
I think so.
Do you know what a Japanese lion mask look like?
I I mean, I probably will once I see it.
Hmm. Yeah, the problem, I mean, like, yeah, I can't do a good job describing it, but like, uh, they used to actually have them in these festivals. They're similar to like those Chinese lion dances, I believe that the heads are made out of wood
Oh,
rather than
okay.
like the type of like paper mache paper thing. And they're shaped differently. So
Oh,
yeah, but they do have like a mane and everything.
okay. Nope, that's not there either. All right. Well, this is. Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know, Heidi. If I just use the spectral vision, it can. Oh, there's some spirits there. Hmm.
The lion mask will also have like teeth, like it'll be grinning, or at least that's what I mean. Again, I actually don't know exactly like if that's the way they
Oh,
look or
right there.
oh, there it is. Where would you be without me, Kazuo?
You didn't even know it was there.
Right, but I mean, I know what it looks like. You didn't know what it was going to look like.
Yeah, but you weren't really describing it. You were just like, it has teeth, and it does, and it's sometimes made of wood. Like, not right now. Okay, well,
If I were sitting next to you, I'd show you a picture, obviously.
well, of course, but oh wait, yeah, I forgot I can
The
fast
point
travel.
is that you need me for this game.
Oh, fast travel. There we go.
And you should never forget it.
Audio sounds fine, right? For some reason, getting a lot of scratches.
This, yeah, did like this distortion thing. For a moment, I thought that was actually the game,
No,
like the thing in the game. You know, like
no,
it's intentionally.
I think that's my computer for some reason. I don't know why this happens sometimes. Okay, so you're not getting like a lot of like kind of like warbly sort of noise. Like you'd hear. Okay, yeah. Heidi says it's running fine. So, all right.
Okay.
I've got you your lion mask. All right. Well. Tanuki hunt. Is there another tanuki? Thanks a million, boyo. Now I'll sit here and do nothing, and you go fetch this crap.
You should adopt it. It's so cute.
I know.
I think there are a couple of parks in Japan where you can go in and feed and pet the raccoons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's also a park where you can feed and pet the foxes.
Oh god, why does this thing not last very long? God, it's like the thing does like not. Oh, I guess it's. Oh, I see. Ah, darn it, I gotta go around.
There are no shortcuts in this game, Cosmo.
It seems like it.
Which is odd because it's like, like you can, for some reason, like jump off, incredibly tall buildings and float to the ground, and it's like, but it doesn't work the other way where you can jump incredibly high.
No, that's a different spirit. Wait a tick. Did I miss the trail? Yeah, I can see why you would spam this. Yeah, it's not. It's a very. Wait. Okay. Oh, I see. I gotta follow the actual line of dolls. Oh. Hey. There's some spirits over here.
What's like I understand that you're in Tokyo and you're probably not going to go to the outskirts, but part of me thinks what would be interesting for this game, or at least like maybe another version of it, is if you actually had to go into Aokigahara.
Ooh, that would be creepy.
It would be, but I mean, like, as far as I know, I don't think that location is in this game. So, is that the doll?
Yep,
what is
that's
that?
the doll.
Okay.
That's what I was following.
But if there is a place that probably would be like Spirit Central, like in Japan, Aokigahara would probably be one of those places.
Yeah, definitely.
And for the viewers who don't know what Aokigahara is, it's a forest in Japan that actually is very beautiful and actually has a lot of natural history to it. They actually had a program on it on NHK World, and people went and they explored the volcanic caves inside the Aokigahara Park. But the tragedy behind that place is that it's often a place where people go to, die by suicide, sadly, and
yeah, it's in a, I guess, not like, I guess less respectful way of calling it is it's the famous suicide forest of Japan.
Right, and I purposefully try to refrain from calling it that, and in fact, actually, like I try to use the actual name of the place, which is Aokigahara.
Yeah.
That being said, it's not lost on me what the forest is also famous for, but again, there's again, like, there's a lot of beautiful natural phenomena that happens there as well, and
Isn't it kind of like also like kind of like scarily sort of devoid of animals?
I wouldn't know about that, but but number one, it is very easy to get lost in that forest if you wander off the trail. It's like you definitely should try to stick to the trail as much as possible, and yeah, and in fact, actually, should you desire it, it's actually like not a bad place to go on a hiking trip and everything. And
Ooh, man. Yeah, the fire one, the fire one, it does a lot of damage, but I'm gonna cut back to the...
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it depends on where in Tokyo you are, because because like Heidi just said that there is a forest at the north end of the map, but I don't think it's that forest. Probably not. Actually,
Aokigahara, isn't that kind of like you have to travel there?
It's actually close to Mount Fuji. It's actually, close to Mount Fuji. So.
I see.
Yeah, but anyways, but yeah, like, but yeah, again, I try not to refer to it as Suicide Forest. I refer to it as Aokigahara, right? You should actually call the name by its place, but even then, like, it's actually not lost on the Japanese authorities either, as to like what the forest is famous for, and then what people, have done like in the past when going in there, and so much so that there's a lot of signage at the beginning of the forest where where they implore you to, like, treasure your life, and that life is worth living, and not to go in for the reasons that that could be
sadly known for.
So.
Oh my god, how much further does this stupid doll go?
Come on, Kazo, use your spidey webs.
Oh man, that would be awesome, actually, if you could get like a spider web type thing.
I mean, you did some type of grappling hook thing.
Well, that can only go up a... Oh, shit.
Ouch! Hit them! Hit back! They're not real! Now's not the time for it! Now's not the time for gentlemanly...
I know.
Not real!
They're headless schoolgirls, it's okay, we can kill... Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, oh, jeez, oh, jeez. Oh, gotta eat.
There!
Yeah.
Alima.
I know.
Alima. I don't know. That was bad of me. It's just like, here I am trying to talk about cultural sensitivity and being and I quote from a movie that's pretty racist. I mean, again, it's an enjoyable movie. I love The Temple of Doom, but yeah, I mean, that was back in the 1980s when, like, portraying other cultures wasn't a, it's like...
I mean, they were just, yeah, like, it was at that point where they just got to the Like they were actually having like white people no longer play people like in brown face. So
人形の声
Right.
見ろ、あの藁人形には呪いが施されている。
あれをお祓いすればいいんだね
Well, they still kind of did. Because, you know, remember in the movie, there's the big henchman who, like, Indiana Jones eventually fights, and okay, there we go. So anyways, okay, wait, I'm gonna shut up so I can...
ありがとうございます。誰かがあの藁人形で弟を呪っていたんです。
弟さんって神社にいた男の人
はい。私がずっと守り続けていたんですが、離れてしまったせいで守りきれなくて、弟は呪い殺され、成仏すらできずにいました。まずその地獄を解いてやりたかったんです。これで私も安心して成仏できます。
all right, well, we found the doll.
神社の霊に人形を届けて本当のことを教えてあげなきゃ
人形のせいで死んだと勘違いしてたからな。
本当は守ってくれてたのに
Oh, wait, I gotta pick up the doll. Can I fast travel
Anyway.
now?
So, sorry, back to what I was saying, though. The big henchman in Temple of Doom, that, you know, Indy fights, like, on that steam, or on that rock crusher thing.
Oh yeah,
and
the
then
one who gets rolled. Or-
Yeah. Yeah, so he's actually the same actor who plays that big German guy that gets cut up by the
Oh, the
airplane.
propeller blade. Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, that's the same actor.
見つけてくれたんですね。
Well, he was perfect. He was pretty good. He was pretty, you know, well cast.
ありがとうございます。
You definitely need a big burly dude for him to fight.
人形を燃やしてもらえませんか。
この人形に宿って
I know, right, Hardy? You know, actually, that was my thing. Is like, I feel like if I was ever like casting, like, if I was ever like really trying to pursue acting, I would totally want to be the person to set the record for getting killed on screen the
お
most.
前が守り神を手放したからだ。
まさかこの人形の中に姉さんがいたなんて
I will say that you know, in the Indiana Jones movies, I like the Temple of Doom soundtrack the most. So, like, yeah, but,
姉のおかげで
I feel like you're dying
もう
as
成仏した。
彼女もあなたを救った
but,
ことで
yeah, you know,
安心
but,
して成仏したい
yeah, but again, like, you know, I mean, again, I fully acknowledge the genius of John Williams. I mean, like, you can't not acknowledge, and I will admit that, I mean, again, while Hans Zimmer is my favorite, like, you know, soundtrack composer of all time, I will admit that I think that, I do believe that John Williams has, you know, created, you know, the most iconic, you know, music. In
No,
all of-
Hans Zimmer was your favorite.
Oh yeah, Hans Zimmer is my favorite of all time. You know, but you know, for my own reasons, and you know, I just happen to really enjoy his music. But I will not deny that John Williams is, you know, a master at his, you know, of the, you know, of soundtracks, and has made the most iconic, you know, themes in movies.
Oh yeah, he totally has. It's kind of amazing how many notable themes he's done. You know, now that John Williams said he was unretiring, what movie did he say he was gonna be coming back for? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Yeah, because I remember Indiana Jones was supposed to be his 5 was supposed to be the last movie that he was gonna do, and then he was just like, oh nope, scratch that. What was this circle thing again?
I mean, you know what though? I gotta watch like Kingdom of the Crystal, and I just watched them too. I watched Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and the Dial of Destiny. But see, you know, of course we always have like you know, the iconic, you know, main theme of Indiana Jones, right?
Oh yeah.
But the first three, right, had their own spins too, right? Like they had their own themes to the to it as well. And like even like Raiders of the Lost Ark had two, right? They had the Ark theme, right? That da 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 da, right? You know, and then they actually had the Marion's theme too. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, and then and then of course then the main iconic theme, but
Right. No, but all of them have that, right? But then then you have Temple of Doom, which is my favorite, right? And I love it, yes, and I do love it in Family Guy when Peter goes, yeah, but do where he mentions it and he just starts humming it. And then of course, then you have the Last Crusade, you know, da 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 da. That's the Grail theme. So
yeah, let's do this one. I actually am kind of sad. I really gotta watch The Last Crusade again. Like that's the Indiana Jones movie that I know, like, or at least the classic Indiana Jones that I know probably the least amount because since we didn't own that, I didn't watch it that much.
right. But yeah, no, the Last Crusade is the best of, well, is my favorite of the three. I guess
I was gonna say you can't go
yeah,
wrong with Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders is the best of them. But my favorite is the Last Crusade because his chemistry with Sean Connery was amazing in that movie. Just
I won't deny that. It did definitely help that he had a.
力の塊なんだ俺の大事なものまで盗みやがって
What was the word for asshole? Ooh.
a portal.
Oh, is this gonna be one of those ones where I'm gonna get transported into? Oh, nope.
Ah, dang it. In this game, they can interrupt you.
I know. I gotta find a way to get a much faster extract rate. Ah, God, there's something more satisfying doing it like that.
さてと家の中がどうなっているか調べてみるか
Ugh. Oh.
Oh man. And sadly, these houses do exist in Japan too.
Oh. It's like a hoarder house.
Yeah, no, that's a thing. And sadly, also, like, for a lot of these people who live like this, like, there's a term called hikikomori. And, and it's recluses, basically. People who just stay in their house all the time and they don't want to come out. I can't exactly remember, like, how they, how, like, they're not evicted, or, like, because they don't really go out, because they can't, like, really go out to work, because they don't have jobs, really. But, still, they stay in their house all the time and everything, and, there are efforts in Japan to try and, make contact with a lot of folks who are like that, and see if they're able to, coax them to come out a bit and get some, help and everything. But of course, in Japan, sadly, mental health treatment and, and mental health services is still incredibly new and not looked very favorably upon. But,
Oh, I thought that was the source.
yeah, but then, sadly, too, what happens in a lot of these particular situations is that these people don't take care of themselves, so they die in their house, and they're there for, like, weeks without anyone knowing, right? Because, because yeah, they never go outside, right? So it's kind of like status quo for the outside world in a sense. And then sadly, sometimes it's gross, but the neighbors start to complain about the smell and everything, and then they go, a crew go, like a sanitation crew does go in, and they do find, sadly, the tragedy, and so.
Wait, what?
So down, up.
Yeah, down, up.
Down, up.
Come on, there we go.
あの野郎は上に上がったぞ
But there was also a program on that on NHK. Yeah, like if people who are watching actually have if people who are watching have access to NHK World, they should try watching some programs and everything, especially if they're interested in going to Japan.
Oh yeah, definitely.
NHK World is a great television network to sort of, introduce, habits and things of Japanese culture, and the do's and the don'ts of when you're in Japan and everything like that.
Oh God, 7 days. How do I? Oh, there. Oh no, I haven't tried leaving it to KK yet.
Well, there's a multitude of reasons. So Heidi just asked, like, are the, hikikomori more prevalent in Japan for some cultural reason? I don't know if it's. I mean, part of it is culture. I think, like, that's part of it. It's not all of it, but there are a whole lot of factors as well. Of course, yeah, like. Part of the Japanese culture, of course, is like sort of like, sticking to your own and, not bothering people with your problems and stuff like that. So even though Japan is a very like collectivist society, right? They have like, universal health care in Japan and everything. And there are quite a few other reasons that probably could contribute to it. Of course, one of them being the population crisis. People aren't having children as much anymore. People are not getting married. People are growing older alone, and of course, depression is, again, a kind of a cultural taboo in Japan as well. And they don't have like the tools, I think, or at least like they don't have the they're kind of still behind the times on addressing like what depression is, how to treat mental health, and then a lot of times, right, when they do finally get to the folks, it's too late. Sometimes the damage is irreversible. But. And again, right, like a lot of these times too, with the shut-ins, like their surrounding environment isn't nurturing to it as well. So, like the parents just kind of leave them alone, and they don't really, kind of give them the push that they need. They just kind of go, well, they'll figure it out eventually, or we don't want to bother them, and I'm just kind of like, well, that's an issue and everything, but there's a multitude of reasons as to why this is an issue, and why it's why it's happening a lot in Japan. But but sadly, well, I mean, and it's interesting because there's definitely homelessness in Japan for sure. Like there are homeless people in Japan.
Oh yeah, no, they know that. I mean, you've seen my Yakuza playthroughs. They deal with the homeless population a lot. Though,
right.
Though admittedly in Yakuza they kind of take on a bit more of a John Wick kind of feel to it, but like.
Well, right, but like what my point is that but like there still are like safeguards in a sense, I guess you could say, where that like people are just kind of left inside, and everything, as opposed to like our American society where people are left outside. You know what I mean?
Ooh. Oh, jeez. All right.
Fine, Oswald. Everything is. That's me. Remember from Frasier? Is this a Claire spoke before?
It's fine. Put it back.
戻れたな。俺の言った通りなんとかなったろ。
僕が体張ったんだけど。
So yeah, I'm going to admit this, or I'm going to say this publicly. But so Cindy and I, before I got on the stream here, we finished watching the live-action Little Mermaid because it's available on Disney Plus now. And I gotta tell you, like I didn't think it was. I mean, like I'm not in the crowd where. I mean, did I think it was as good as the original animation? No. But I mean, I didn't think it was horrible, like everybody was saying. In fact, actually, Halle Bailey, that's her name, right?
Yeah.
She has an amazing voice. And so, I'm not going to be those people who are like, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing that's ever happened. It's totally useless and blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? Stop being such a...
There's been worse, trust.
I know, but still, I'm just like, yeah. It's like, okay, it's just like, yeah, I don't think that it's like better than the original. I don't think it's, but I don't think that it's horrible, like, that everyone was saying. I'm like, what is wrong with people these days?
I don't know. Lately, especially with when it comes to like Disney movies, it's just been. I think the problem with Disney is that they've had so many hits for so long that it's like now they're just releasing films that are like mediocre at best, and comparatively speaking to Disney, that's pretty bad.
Okay. That's fair, and Heidi makes a fair point too, and that they seem like heartless cash grabs. But I would also argue, and again, I'm gonna be this guy, but it's also giving actors of color a chance to work and actually, get their foot in the door in the industry. And so I'm kind of like, I'm not like, I'm not like jumping up and down for joy that, they made the main character black and
Oh god, what's hitting me?
Well, see, that's the problem, Heidi. It's too late to make the or they could make original movies and still catch people. So that's very true. They could, right? And in some ways they are, but again, I'm not going to. Again, I'm not saying that like Disney doesn't have ulterior motives like politicians do, right? Where like it's a win-win situation. Like we get to do this, look PC about it, and then get money as well, right? I'm not saying that that's not true. But I'm also saying that the live-action remakes aren't as terrible as everyone's making them out to be, and that they actually do have good qualities to them. And I'm gonna say it. I do enjoy Beauty and the live-action Beauty and the Beast. I do have my problems and my issues with it, but hey, that Gaston, whole dance sequence was amazing. It was a great choreography. It was, a great set of, participation for the whole ensemble. I mean, like that was great. Like, and so I enjoyed that. I also enjoyed the Beast song as well.
Oh god.
And so, I think Alan Menken is an incredibly talented, songwriter. So, I mean, again, right? Like, yeah, I agree. Like, are they perfect and are they like totally moving for me? No, I mean, probably not. But again, I think that there are good aspects to them too, and like everyone's making them out to be these total like terrible like shows, and I'm like, I wouldn't go that far. I get, it's just like I don't understand why people can't just enjoy something sometimes for what it is, and they always have to like and you just we can acknowledge that the film has problems, or that the motives behind sometimes the film can be somewhat, questionable.
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
no, I mean like that's what see like that's yeah, because it's like it's like now especially it seems like they're trying to find like the most controversial casting. Like you've heard of the whole like the
The Snow
issues.
White.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like with Snow White, where it's like there's no real reason to do this other than just to. It's like now it's like you're only doing this just to cause controversy more than you are actually trying to, help somebody. And it's unfortunate because yeah, Rachel Zegler. Hey, this is new.
It's a Jizo.
Hey.
信心深いな
That's a Jizo statue.
No, I know, but I mean it's a different one.
見えないものをあぶり出すんだ
Because, like, yeah, like Rachel Zegler, unfortunately, has already kind of shot herself in the foot by her, outspoken criticisms of the original classic Snow White, and it's like, and what's weird about it is that it feels like a lot of people kind of get the sense that Disney's kind of like hiring people who don't who like have very little respect for these older movies and generations, and they're like making these out of resentment, and it's like,
oh
what
yeah,
the
no, totally, yeah, and I don't agree with that either, right? Like, I mean, like again, I don't know, but see, I don't understand why being in the middle sometimes is like such a travesty. You know what I mean? It's just like.
Because it just means you're a fence sitter and you stand for nothing.
Exactly.
Look at what Aaron Burr in Hamilton, the most historically accurate portrayal.
So, I mean, like I have my strong opinions about stuff and everything like that. But I mean, again, sometimes it's like, oh, look, I don't understand why like neutrality sometimes, just sometimes, right? Not every time, but sometimes, like for things that don't matter, like your opinion on if a movie is good or not, right? Is like such an offensive thing. It's kind of like when it comes to like warring stuff and conflict and like
my god. Oh god.
Oh my gosh, I wonder if she is a play.
Oh, the slit mouth lady.
Yeah, because remember she's wearing the mask.
Yeah. And because isn't it like if you see her face, she like cuts your mouth so that way it looks like hers?
Yeah, because remember she like, and it's just like there's no point in it, because it's like because like I think she comes up to you and she asks like, am I pretty or something like that.
Yeah.
And then ow! And then, like, if you say yes or something, she'll cut you. But then if you say no, she'll cut you. So I'm just kind of like, what are you supposed to do? Are you
I know, yeah.
rude? And then he's like, yeah. But, yeah, anyways, so, okay, so you can blow her, you can,
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah, you can blow those up to
I
blow
will
her
remember
up.
that next time, but she's already dead, so...
Yeah. Anyways, but like, I don't know if Aaron Burr was infamous for being a fence sitter or for being like, again, remember, like, I feel like this is my problem with see, and this is actually another thing. This is where I get, I guess, controversial, but everybody worships this Hamilton, the Hamilton, the Hamilton musical. And it's like, look, it's like, I get it, right? Like, I totally think that Lin-Manuel Miranda is an amazing writer and a composer, and I am not saying that Hamilton is not an amazing show. It is totally is. The problem is that it's incredibly biased. It's very, very skewed towards Hamilton's favor, and it portrays the other founding fathers in a very negative light. And I'm like, it's a very biased way to look at it. And I'm kind of like, that's the problem with, because people take Hamilton as like historical fact, and I'm like, no, it's a very like, nuanced look at, the perspectives of Hamilton and like his, and it's also based off of that other novel that the guy, or the historical novel that the guy wrote. and again, and remember, even admits that he adds like like dramatic license to it. But I hate it because then everybody who watches this musical, the average person seems to take like this thing as historically accurate, and
Tadao,
I'm like,
that's been the case for every bit of media. The fact that there was many people who were trying to get tickets to go to Wakanda after Black Panther kind of shows you that unfortunately we tend to see media as fact more than we do as just
right.
interpretations.
I mean, like again, all I need to, well, yeah, like. Well, I mean, Heidi, I'm not talking about you per se, but that's the problem. I think like all the acclaim I mean, like a lot of the acclaim and a lot of the rave reviews that I've seen on this thing, like again, right? Like it's as if like, ooh, I learned more about like I've seen some reviews that's like I learned more about the founding fathers and da 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 like in this musical alone than my history class, and I'm kind of like, when I see stuff like that. And again, right, it's just like, are you one of those people who thinks that like Braveheart is also historically accurate?
I know Braveheart is by far, and actually now even with Oppenheimer, like even that like that most recent movie that does have some historical like dramatic licenses.
I mean, they all do, right? Like, I mean, even
Oh yeah, Killers of the Flower Moon, that has some
the
too.
Flower Moon and and then the other one, the Theory of Everything or something, right? Like, I'm actually trying to think, like, what's the one of my absolute favorite YouTube channels is Nick Hodges, the guy who looks at all these historical movies and basically does an analysis on it and actually asks like, how historically accurate is this movie? And it's so funny because you watch his like review of like Braveheart and everything, and it's so hilarious to it's so hilarious to see him like go to town on it and everything.
I know. Well, that movie is about as historically accurate as The Patriot.
Well, see, and that's the thing. That's the interesting. See, because like the Patriot actually gets like a lot of like the details of like the time correct, right? Like the the actual costumes, right, and the battle tactics that were used at the time. They actually get that correct, right? It's the political stuff in the political stuff in the Patriot is totally like, oh, we're like, God bless America, blah 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 blah. But they actually did a good job on the battle tactics, the costumes, and the way that a lot of the battles were fought, right? Like that, they got that right. In again in Braveheart, they barely got anything right. They didn't even get the costumes right. They remember they said like one of the biggest offenses that
Jesus.
That the historians were saying were like, like you put them in kilts, and kilts weren't even weren't gonna come until like a few hundred years later. But
well, and then on top of that, the other egregious sin is they're backwards.
yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. Eddie Redmayne, I think, I want to say it was probably the, is the Fantastic Beasts movie. I think that, had him, pretty much, that had him all, tied up with his, film commitments. But since that series is kind of I don't know if this is continuing or not. I think that's probably what ended up happening, and so now a lot of his projects are probably very, much more indie films. Because I will admit, yeah, I haven't seen him yet in a whole lot either. He, exploded for a while, and then all of a sudden he's... Ooh, can I sneak up on him? Oh, nope. Ooh, I got an achievement. I just remember that Yeah, that Eddie Redmayne was cast as the villain for that terrible Jupiter Ascending movie.
Oh gosh, yeah, I heard that was. But you know, speaking actually, you know, he was also Marius in Les Miserables.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know. Actually, I mean, was he known to be a singer before that movie, or
I actually don't think he was really known before that movie.
Yeah, well, no, well, was the first. Okay, yeah, but I mean, like, do we know, like, if he was a Broadway actor or not Broadway, or like, you know, a musical theater person?
He might have been.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's what I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying he had a bad voice. Like, I think his voice was fine, but I mean, come on, right? Like, we're talking, it's like, you know, like Phantom of the Opera with Gerard Butler. I mean, I think they were trying to get Kevin Kline to be in the movie, right? And he had a conflict, so
Kevin
like,
Kline. Who would he have played?
Weren't they trying to get Kevin Kline as the Phantom, but he had a conflict, or
Kevin Kline as the Phantom? That would have been interesting.
no, maybe not Kevin, yeah, but
I honestly don't know. Funny enough, I've only ever seen clips of that movie. I never actually
well,
watched it.
I knew for a fact that, or at least think I remember. I gotta look it up again, but I do know that Gerard Butler was not their first choice to play the Phantom. So.
He could have played the Phantom in a non-musical version.
I think that, like, Russell Crowe as Inspector Javert, you know, would be great if it wasn't a musical. Like, he could totally play.
Yeah.
Like, Inspector Javert. I will say that I am, like, you know, like, I kind of agree with Owen Citizen from, like, the long ago Channel Awesome, where he actually said that Russell Crowe's voice isn't actually that bad, but it's actually, it's not made for, like, a Broadway, like, belting out production. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, God.
his voice is more for like a smooth jazz band or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't.
So-
Yeah, Russell Crowe's not the one you use to belt out. Why are you stuck? Why are you stuck? Move, move, move. There we go. I don't know why that was so hard. Eat.
Oh, cool. Wait, and Heidi, you're still talking about Eddie Redmayne, right? Okay, yeah. I was gonna say. But yeah. So.
Okay, how are we gonna deal with this guy?
But see, you know what the sad thing now is apparently people aren't having high hopes for Wicked. Like they've watched the trailer for it, and you know there's already going like, uh-oh, we're having concerns, and
That's not good. What's the concerns?
That the voices of the actresses aren't as good, or like, yeah. And that the production value doesn't actually, or the production quality doesn't seem as good either. So.
Yeah, it also you know, like that's like, you know, going back to like modern day movies, a lot of people are wondering, you know, these movies with these giant budgets that look awful, people are wondering, where the hell is this money going?
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I'm not in the business though. So, Kazo, when you have the chance, like, go onto my Facebook. There are these 4 incredibly talented singers who mesh Defying Gravity and Go the Distance, and I just had no idea that these 2 songs could be meshed together so well. Like, I was so surprised, but I have been constantly watching it actually.
Oh, huh.
Yeah.
I do like those mashups of songs. They actually some of them do sound like fantastic.
These four singers are fantastic. The harmonizing capabilities are amazing. So like there's four singers, two young men, two young women, and they're the two young women are singing Defying Gravity, and the men are singing Go the Distance. Now they're not like, it's not like totally like like kerfuffled where they're singing like
They're like fighting each other, trying to get
right,
the dominant
yeah.
voice.
Actually, it's great because the question that they pose is like, what if we actually sang the song like a conversation? And it sounds like that. It's really, really cool. So
Yeah, I'll have to take a look at that.
After the stream is done, after the stream is done, go check it out. It's only like a 4-minute video or something like that. So it's really good.
Well, I got through that. Oh look, it's a child.
Hey, it's Georgie from the.
Oh my God! Yeah, it's Georgie from from It.
Georgie from It.
Wow, this fire one is. Oh Jesus!
I gotta put like again like it's like, do I think that the first It Part 1 is scarier than the television movie from those decades ago? Yeah, sure. But you can't deny like Tim Curry's love of playing Pennywise.
Oh my God!
And how much he was having fun with that. Like,
do you have Prince Albert in a can? You do? Well, you better let the poor guy out.
But then like the whole film, it's just like where little Georgie's all like, and we have balloon too, or like he's like, we have balloon too, all colors, and Georgie's all like, do they float?
Oh yes, Georgie. Yes, they all float.
Hey, you know what though? Like I will say, right?
This is
like
that's the rare guy.
I will say though that the the one thing, right, that the new one did that the original one did not, was they actually showed people floating around. They took it quite literally.
Oh, it's a big guy.
Ah, someone's throwing stuff at you.
Yeah! Haha!
Using the umbrella like a shield.
It works. He's like
Remember
a Kingsman.
Okay, really? You're gonna bring that up?
What? That's what it's like. What would you have referenced?
That movie is ridiculous. No, I did. Is it fun? Is it great? Yes, but it's also incredibly ridiculous. But I guess that's what they designed it to be.
Yeah, it's supposed to be kind of.
Blue stuff. What was I gonna say though? Gosh, Alvin and the you remember, the Alvin and the Chipmunks cartoon, or like the television series they did, and we still have to. By the way, we still have to find a streaming service that that has those available. But there's a babysitter episode. Did you ever?
Is that the one where they think like their babysitter's like a killer or something?
Yeah, or a thief of some. Like,
or
she's like a,
or they thought that she was like a. Oh, I thought she was like a monster or something. Or like they thought she was like a werewolf.
They thought she was. No, I think like they think that she was a thief or something, because I think like that was what the detective show that they were watching. But anyways, so when the when the evil Eastern European babysitter comes to the door, like there's thunder and lightning, and then you see like they're hiding behind Dave, and he's got his umbrella pushed open towards him like a shield. That's a really funny image. You know what? I'm looking. While you're I'm looking up the.
Oh yeah, no, I know that I can do several quests at once. I'm just. Oh. Less than 5% total. How many people have died in Tokyo?
Oh, wait a minute. According to this, Alvin and the Chipmunks, the 1983 cartoons, are available to watch on Hulu.
Really?
Hold on, I'm looking it up and seeing if it's lying to me.
Yeah, because sometimes they'll say, like, you know, oh, you need a premium subscription to...
Yeah, it's lying to me. I don't know, like, maybe they had it at one point, but... Yeah, maybe they had it at one point, but... Oh. Darn it.
Ooh, yeah, I'll do that. Core exposure. I'm gonna get my bills paid with so much exposure! Oh, okay, that's not good.
God, you know, because they were, you know, they would, you know, broadcast those on, they would broadcast those episodes on Cartoon Network sometimes.
Oh, that was a long time ago, though. I remember I remember the way that we watched it was, we had it on Blockbuster.
Yeah, that's right.
They had all those VHS tapes.
Yeah, we always got the one the Hideous Herald.
Oh yeah, the Hideous Herald one, yeah.
And then like I mean, like, you gotta wonder like what this thing was, because it's like all it is like this evil-looking guy just laughing and like yeah, that's it. And, like that's the whole thing. It's kind of like. That it? You know?
You know, that, I think it was I almost want to say like a reference to like probably Freddy Krueger or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Not like he entered the dreams, but. Wasn't it like Hideous Herald Part 11 or something like that?
Well, I can't remember, but like, yeah.
Like, it was like a ridiculous number.
That was great meta. But then, like, you also had, like, there's so funny because then Dave, like, gets locked outside the house and goes, oh, look, there's a code.
Oh, yeah, then they think Hideous Herald's trying to invade.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that takes me back. So do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide.
Gosh. There are those are movies that will never be, that will always, that is still aged very well and will never get old with.
Dude, no, yeah, like, it's freaking Lord of the Rings is a classic for a reason. And anybody who disagrees is evil. Okay. I thought there was a way up from here, but I guess not. Okay. Whee! Fuck.
So we also were watching our Hercules on Disney Plus, and I forgot that. I guess the one thing that doesn't really age well to me, at least, is is the Michael Bolton cover of the I Can Go the Distance. like don't get me wrong, it's like Michael Bolton can hit notes that you know Michael Bolton can hit notes that I can't hit, but still, like, it doesn't sound like he's like, like you can barely understand him when he's singing. He's like going, "Go understand." Like, no, like, okay, dude, really? It's like, it's called enunciation, man. It's like,
You're not Tom Waits.
I can go the distance. It's like,
Oh, live action Hercules. I feel like.
because The Rock already did it. They don't need to do
Oh wait, no. I think they were gonna do a live action with, like, they rumored that Michael B. Jordan was gonna be Hercules.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think that fell through because people were like, "Okay, come on, that's no."
I mean, come on, dude. Hey, if a Samoan guy like The Rock can play Hercules.
No. But I mean, if a musical though, I haven't heard Michael B. Jordan really sing, so I can't imagine that would.
Oh, but I am okay, and again, I'll say it. Like, I am very excited. The Hunchback of Notre Dame is one of my favorite Disney movies.
Oh, that got canceled.
Oh wait, seriously?
Yeah, last I heard, that got canceled. Josh Gad as Quasimodo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that got canceled.
Oh, I thought that it still. I thought it was coming out in 2025.
No, because the other, like, all the remakes are started, like, all of these, like, live action remakes are really now, I guess Disney is really kind of saying, like, okay, we can't really keep taking hits like this anymore, so.
Well, no, you know what? You know what it is? I mean, and this is where I'll also agree with Heidi, right? It's like, if they're not making a profit from it, right? If it's not becoming profitable anymore, then they're not going to do it.
Well, that's exactly what I just said.
Did you?
Yeah, I said because that they're not, like, because, after their, like, several different bombs with all their remakes, they're really kind of rethinking their strategy.
So remember, movies can still be, like, not critically acclaimed, but still be financial successes.
No, that's what I mean. They're not. Dude,
okay.
Little Mermaid, all the combined Disney movies of all Marvel and the live action remakes of last year cost Disney almost like $1.5 billion. It was a humongous hit. Oh, would you look at the time? I was hoping I could find out where I'm supposed to go here, but for some reason it's not letting me go.
Is he gone yet? For those of you who are wondering, that's a reference to a Goofy movie, which is actually another really good Disney gem that is... I don't think it's underappreciated. I think people know that that's a good movie.
It's definitely developing a bigger cult following now. It had a pretty good cult following at the time, but now it's definitely gotten a much bigger one.
Right, yeah, but the Bigfoot scene is my favorite. Of course, is my favorite. Like, is he gone yet?
I know, they're just not impressed.
How the heck would they make a live-action Goofy movie? That would, you know what? That would be scary. Like that.
Oh my God! That's what they need to do next. After that stupid Steamboat Willie horror movie, once Goofy comes out, they're gonna make a stupid horror film with that.
Right, just like they did with Winnie the Pooh. That stupid blood thing.
Yeah, dude, remember? Yeah, and Mickey Mouse and Steamboat Willie's getting that treatment now. I can't really say Mickey Mouse because it's Steamboat Willie one, and that's now copyright free. Or is now public domain, I guess I should say, but it's not really.
This might be a good place to end the stream.
Yeah, but anyway, so thank you so much for tuning in. I know we barely talked about the game, like, at all, but, like, but thank you so much for tuning in, and, yeah, I'll be back on, tomorrow. Will you be able to join?
Oh, unfortunately, I will not be, able to join tomorrow. I have a dinner meeting that I gotta go to, so.
Okay. Well, then tomorrow we will be back in Tokyo, but with live people. All right, so thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Take care!